I can't reach for you. What's the name again? Is it cracking?
Yes. Yeah.
Good article on the steel industry.
Yeah, no, he did a really good job with that one. It was an excellent article.
Nobody on American Brothers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Will Chamberlain, nice to meet you. We were together. All right. All right. So just FYI, this guy was like yelling fascists out at Nigel, so we're recording him, you know, being civilized. Oh, you're mad? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I wouldn't want to do anything rude, you know. Thank you. Grand Jury Museum. That's fascinating. Cool. Oh, cool. Nice. That's good. We're in Rochester right now. Check out the Brexit bus. And we got like a little photo op set up. A lot of supporters here in general. But I'm still going.
I'm gonna ask these protesters here to debate me on the European Union. Let's see how this goes.
All right.
I'd like to ask you what your objection is to leaving the European Union.
I've always seen myself as a European citizen. I work in Europe quite regularly. I've just come back from Belgium last Monday for work. I think it's going to end my right to free travel. We've had friends who work in Rochester, a French couple who work in Microsoft. They no longer feel safe here. I've got German friends who live in Broadstairs. They're starting their business now, longer feel safe here. And both of them have gone.
Why do you think that? I mean, you realise travel to Europe happened before the European Union.
I do.
So it won't end your ability to travel to Europe. It won't end your ability to work to Europe. Why do they feel threatened?
Because of my ability to work.
Well, not just that, but you mentioned French couple as well. Why do they feel scared? What's the feel scared?
My French friends have had racist comments thrown at them in the street.
At the French?
Yes.
And you don't think that happened before Brexit? You realise the English and the French have always had a rivalry.
Whether it is not, this whole vote has been a catalyst for it started happening. What's the statistics of racism going on? It's gone up like racist
not hate crime convictions. Hate crime convictions are actually lower. Hate crime reports. Yeah, it means that the police are investigating them and not finding any evidence of hate crime. That's what's happening.
What are you here for?
HumanEvents.com.
Human Events?
Yeah, it's the oldest conservative magazine in America.
Yep.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan's favourite magazine. We're very proud of it.
Yeah, indeed.
No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to understand why you're fear-mongering here. You know, you're the one saying it's scary to leave the EU, but actually, this country's whole history, and I'm of Muslim background, I'm of immigrant background, my parents came here when it was a free and functioning democracy, and you don't have that anymore.
I'm also
by the European Commission.
How is it fascist to want to leave a European empire? I mean, that seems a little bit counterintuitive to me.
Ruled by the European.
Okay, I'll give you an example. British Steel is in real trouble now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're citing Brexit as a reason.
Right. And why is British Steel citing Brexit as a reason? Because at the end of last year, the European Commission said, well, Britain's leaving the European Union, so we're going to take them out of the carbon trading scheme. If you take companies out of the carbon trading scheme, without any notice, they then have to buy carbon credits on the market in Europe. So the Commission effectively penalised British Steel for the British public wanting to leave the European Union. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's what our friends in Europe would do? Are they our friends?
Why British Steel not saying that's the reason? Why are they saying
because British Steel is a privately run company that want a government bailout that needs to be approved by the Commission to bail them out. They're not going to start attacking the Commission if they want £100 million.
Right. Your government can. The British government can't bail them out because you're not sovereign.
Yeah, I know they can't bail them out, but if the British government did want to bail them out, they're not allowed to do it under European Union state aid laws. They actually have to go to the Commission and ask for permission to bail them out. So that's why British Steel isn't attacking the Commission right now. Right? Now,
you got a problem with the law that says that
yeah,
they
absolutely.
They can't do that.
That's a Commission law. So we have a problem with the Commission. Every country in Europe has to deal with this. Let me give you the example of British Steel right now, okay? The problem with British Steel is that they were brought into the European carbon trading scheme, right? They were given these carbon trading credits, and then last year in November, they were told, no, we're going to yank you out before Brexit. Remember, we haven't even left the European yet. Before Brexit as a punishment. do you think that's a union we want to have with people who would penalise thousands of people?
I don't know anything about that.
Well, look at it.
Thank you.
Just like they pay twice as much, half as much as they for energy.
I have no malice towards people that want to remain in the European Union. I think it's a perfectly fine position to take. What I have a problem with is the fact that we don't realise that we're already being penalised by these people that you think are our friends. They're not our friends. You wouldn't treat friends like that.
Most of the laws are actually for our own benefit, aren't they?
Go on.
No worries.
Name another law that is sort of
Oh, the common fisheries policy.
That's quotas, isn't it? I mean, how much
That's the law.
fishing industry in this country?
Massive.
It's not massive.
Sorry, it used to be much bigger, but there are still tens of thousands of jobs that rely on
It's
fishing.
about 10,000.
Right, and the supply chain, and the supply chain,
Less than
and the supply chain. Who do you think's driving them? Who do you think's shipping everything? Who do you think's selling them? There's tens of thousands of jobs that rely on fisheries in this country. If you're mad about British Steel, which is about 2,500 jobs on the line, you should be really mad if there's 20,000 jobs on the line, right?
This is the thing, you obviously are very
Hands down with
and you're
hands
very...
down with statistics against me, so I can't really.
Well, I'm not trying to beat you. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
So we can't really get involved on that side. So, you know about the kind of political side thing? We had an MP called Mark Reckless.
Yeah, I know.
So when that happened, we had Brexit first March on Manchester twice.
Yep.
And we stood roll with both times.
Good. I would as well. I would stand with you with
And
this.
this morning, when we said the farage was going to come down, listen, we've got to keep
I would
consistency in our
stand with
protest.
you against Britain First, against the EDL, and I would stand with you against the BNP. This is not that.
We're standing against farage.
What? Why? What? You think he's a racist?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll declare my bias here. He's one of my best friends in the world. If I
He
got
hired
married-
him to be
if I
his
got
chief of
married,
staff.
He'd be my best man. Right? I'm not even kidding. I'm a
Like-
Muslim background immigrant person into this country. There's not a he's not a racist. He's got none of that about him.
What about that poster? I mean, that was really
Breaking point. The breaking point poster. Let's unpack it. The breaking point poster was a piece of photography taken by Getty photographer, right? Nobody called Getty Images racist for taking it.
used it. It was on the public. You guys used it.
Yeah, put it on the back.
I mean,
So,
but
there was
I'll
a
undo it.
million and a half in 2015, a million and a half undocumented immigrants moving from sub-Saharan Africa and Asia into Europe. They weren't being checked. They had no passports. There's no way to know who they are, who they say they are.
Got to do with that if they're from Europe.
What? Don't you want to know who's coming in and who's going out?
Don't say that. They're saying that it was, they're pretending that there's an immigrant, from Europe problem, and yet it's not free movement around Europe that seems to be the problem now, is it? That poster.
Well, it
It's
is.
from outside of Europe.
Yeah, fine, but how long does it take for an immigrant to get a European passport and then get free movement? It's 8 years, right? If you live in Europe for 8 years, whether you're documented or undocumented, you get an EU passport, you can move anywhere in the European Union. And nobody can stop you. The British government can stop you, nobody can stop you. That's the point. If you have millions of people coming in unchecked every year,
But they're not actually, you can, government here can check. Immigrants come in and they have to prove they can live in before.
that's documented. That's not undocumented. That's documented. That's people who we know have either work visas or have passports or have birth certificates. We know who they are, where they're from. We know they are who they say they are. We don't have that if you just say, all right, everybody come in. We're not going to check anything. And that was the problem with the 2015 migrant crisis. It wasn't that people weren't genuinely suffering. Of course people were genuinely suffering. It was that we didn't have this infrastructure to deal with the influx of people. You don't have the infrastructure to deal with the influx of people. How do you do it? Do you know what percentage of those immigrants in Germany are now in work? I'm not trying to. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be standoffish. I'm not trying to. I'm just asking you. Do you know what percentage? It's 5% are now in work.
Oh, isn't he?
In 4 years. Remember, it was sold. These are engineers. These are doctors. These are nurses, etc., etc. It never happened. It never came to pass. And that's the problem. Nobody's saying that people shouldn't be able to immigrate legally and lawfully. We're just saying we want to. Well, nobody here would say that. Nobody here would say that we don't believe in good and legal immigration.
Individuals, obviously.
Well, introduce me to them, and I'll shut them down for you. All right, because I am not an ethno-nationalist. I am not.
You'd be a very strange one.
Yeah, I'd be a very strange ethno dad. But that's all this is. Anyway, I appreciate you guys talking to us.
Yeah, it was very civilized.
Thank you.
Oh boy. Very.
He needs a cigarette.
I need a cigarette.
He needs a cigarette. Pretty impressive. No? I was pretty impressed. Cheers, boys.
I don't think